Hi folks, CodeTutor here and my name is Anil Deshpande. Welcome to the next video on Jetpack Compose, and we shall continue from where we had left off from the previous video. But if you have observed, we need to put this particular text in a specialized view to get a proper look and feel. Well, what we can do is there is this thing called as drawBehind, which is a lambda function, and for this particular drawBehind we can pass a function called as drawCircle. There are various methods here: drawCircle, drawImage, drawLine. I want to basically draw a circle, and color I can choose any color, light gray in this case, and then I can choose the radius, that is this dot size dot whatever the maximum dimension that I can take. And if I do this, then I will get the circle that I am looking for. This is how it looks. I can actually convert this into a specialized composable. Let me create another composable, circular text, and pass the text, or it can be a string as well, and then whatever that is there under this can be put here, and I will use this text. And now here I can write circular text and pass the currency symbol, and that should get me the look and feel that I am striving for since the previous video. Well, we have got what we wanted, but the problem with this is I have this main activity, and under this I have this composable, and it is a pretty big composable function, and then I have a circular test which I have used in the earlier composable. So this file is not readable. So what we can do is we can refactor this particular code and move these composables into a separate file and just import them wherever I need it. These composable functions basically become like reusable components that I can plug and play anywhere I want. So let me start doing that. Let me select this refactor and move it to a file under the package components. If that package is not there, it gets highlighted in the red color. So let's just go ahead with it, and it should create that particular package automatically. So now if you have a look at the code here, I have now got components and under that country card. So that's here, so that's taken care of. Now let's move this as well. Refactor, move to once again components, circular text.kt, and once again refactor. So both of these things are basically moved, and now this file becomes much more readable. However, there is still a problem. The problem is if you go to the country card, the values of say flag, the name, the capital, everything is hard coded. It would be better to basically pass this as an argument to the function. What we will do is, instead of passing this as a individual argument, we will create a data class. If you are not familiar with what a data class is, please visit one of the earlier videos on CodeTutor, but I will show you how do I create a data class. So let me go here, create a package data, and under this I will create Kotlin class file. It will be a data class, and then I will create country info. Let me add that as well, and then I will just pass along certain values. I will make it quick, so you have flag ID, common name, national capital, official name, basically the same things that I would need in the country card. Once we have that, I can basically pass this to the country card. So here in the country card, it will be country info, and then inside that it will be country info dot flag ID, and in the same way, instead of India, it would be country info dot common name. So I hope you already got the idea what I am doing here. So I am just making it easy for myself to pass the data as an object. So let me fast forward this. So we are basically done with initializing this country card with the value that I am passing here with the country info. Now I will have to actually pass the country info. Well, to do that, let me create a variable here, country info, and then pass this India info object to the main screen. Well, to be able to do that, I will have to create this main screen composable also to have a parameter called as country info, and then pass along the country info here in the country card, and we are done. In the preview, it is not working because I have not passed the same here as well. So let me just pass the same in the preview as well, and then I should be able to get the same view that I wanted. The advantage with this is it would be very easy to create any object using this data class and create multiple cards very easily. We will look at that in the upcoming videos, but there is still a problem with this particular code. The problem is the way we have arranged our composables. If you have a look at this, there are rows, and then inside the rows there are boxes, and then there are columns. There are 3 columns, and under each column there are elements. So it becomes really cumbersome to navigate through the code. The convention followed is you should avoid nesting of these layouts as much as possible, because the more nested they are, it is going to take more time for the Android framework to basically render that particular UI. So is there a way using which we can get the same UI look and feel, but by avoiding all these nesting of composables? And the answer is constraint layout, and we shall look at that in the next video. That brings us to the end of this particular video. Don't forget to like, comment, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye.